I release 20 short videos and one long video every single week, and I never run out of content ideas. I'm never stuck, and I don't think I ever will. That's because I've built a system on how to go about this, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. But first, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for all the love and the support. If you're just coming across my video on my channel for the first time, my name is Deyi-Daniel, and I'm building a community of 100 million people who are crazy about growth. I film about personal, career, and business growth. You should be a part of this community, so subscribe. When I said that I don't run out of content ideas, and I don't think I would ever run out of content ideas, it's not because I'm a creative person or I am 100% always inspired every day. It's because I have built a system that has worked for me, that has worked for several marketing teams that I have led, and has worked for several business owners that I have worked with. That system is what I call the sales safari method. Now, safari means an activity where people observe animals in their natural habitat. That means you get to see them display normally, unlike when you take animals and like put them in a zoo or you keep them in an enclosed place, you move them away from where they naturally exist. When it comes to safari, you watch the animals live in their natural habitat. So the way you see it in like documentaries. This method that I use is called the sales safari method, and you're going to see why and how it connects to getting endless, infinite content ideas without ever getting stuck. So the first thing I'm going to point out about this sales safari method, like I explained, that it has to do with observing animals in their natural habitat. When it comes to content, you want to study your audience like a deep researcher, and you want to study them where they are most natural, where they don't care about who sees them, where they are in their natural community, where they are their self, where they are not filtering their words. Before I create content, I go to where my audience hangs out, and then I pay close attention to the questions that they are asking, the struggles that they are dealing with, the language that they are using. Instead of guessing, oh, what should I talk about this week? What should I post about this week? What should I post about this day? What I do instead is that I observe, I analyze, I listen to my audience in their natural states. So when you are using the sales safari method, you want to check communities where your target audience naturally exists. Where are the communities that your target audience hang out? Would you find your target audience on places like Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, and co? And what are they saying in those places where they don't feel like anybody's particularly watching them? What are they saying from the depth of their heart about the topic that you are speaking about the topic that you are releasing content about? You want to see what are the questions that keep popping up. So let's say that you're in the fashion industry. You want to go to Quora and see what are the questions that people are asking about fashion. Are people asking how to style a boot? Are people asking how to style this kind of jacket? You want to see what people are asking in the communities that they are most comfortable in. This one is for you if you are like an industry expert. You want to write books, you want to release content through book format or through video format. So you want to go to places like Amazon, Goodreads, where people release resources relating to your industry or relating to the topic that you speak about. And then you want to go to the review section and see the questions that people are asking about these books. See what they are complaining that they don't like about the books. See which topics they wished were covered by these books and the things that they particularly enjoyed about them. It's going to give you insight into the kind of knowledge that people are seeking to get in your industry and how they are willing to consume this knowledge. Another sweet place that you can check is podcasts. The comment section of podcasts are a gem, especially podcasts on platforms like YouTube. You're going to see people in their natural elements, not caring about who's looking at them, contributing to podcasts, dropping comments under people's YouTube videos, and asking questions, saying what they don't like, saying what they like, and all of that. See, there's no how you check communities that you're not going to find people asking questions. If you can answer those questions, you have content already, and you can never really run out of people asking questions because people are going to keep finding out new things every day that they want to know about. It is like an endless bank of content ideas. The sweet thing about this method is that you have confidence that your content is not just like based on what you think or what you like. You know that you are truly offering great value and answering people's deepest questions instead of just churning out content that may not be particularly relevant to your target audience. Now, when you use this method, you are sure that this content you are making, but answering somebody's question, you are meeting somebody's need, you are solving somebody's pain point, and you can be rest assured that when your target audience see your content, they are going to 100% relate with it. So the next step, after I've checked out all these communities, I've gone to the comment section, I've seen the questions people are asking, what I do is that I gather all the insights that I get. So you could just open a document like a content bank, that's what I call it, and then you just start inputting all the content ideas that pop in your mind. Let's say somebody asks that anytime I make my vanilla cake, it is always runny and it doesn't stay, it breaks into pieces. So now you want to pick content idea why your vanilla cake breaks into pieces every time you finish baking, why your vanilla batter is always runny. I don't know anything about what I'm saying. I'm just picking off the top of my head, but One question can literally split into several content ideas. So you want to note the ideas that pop into your mind, the exact words that people are using. There's a way that in your own head, because you are the industry expert, you have industry terms that you use for certain problems. But the way you speak about it may not be the way your audience speaks about it. So, sometimes now, me as a marketing expert, I use words like pinpoint, I use words like target audience. But somebody that is not a marketing may not understand all those things. So you want to use simpler words. And the best way to do that is to see the words that your target audience are using naturally when they speak about certain problems, and speak that word back to them so that it is 100% relatable. So whenever you need to create content, it is very easy for you to go back to this content back and just answer any question, just cater to anybody's needs. For example, let's say I'm researching my target audience and I see that people are struggling with, okay, how can I make money online without any experience? I can create a long video that is a guide from the beginning to the end on how you can make money online. Then from that question, I can make short videos about, say, digital marketing, freelancing, just short videos explaining the several ways you can make money online. That's just one content idea that's giving me several videos or several content to make from it. What I'm trying to say is one person's question can lead to multiple content opportunities. Don't sleep on it. So after that, like I already started explaining, I break that one content idea into multiple content types. Let's say for a content idea, I make a very long video. That long video, by the time you really look at that long video, you see that you can bring out topics from it that you can split into several short videos. Usually, some people film a very long video and then they cut those videos into short form content so they can get several short form content. But because I'm not as satisfied with the quality of the video quality of my long video content, especially when I cut it into short form, I just go ahead and shoot short form content using subtopics from that my long video content. So using the example that I gave earlier, let's say that I filmed a long video about how to make money online, and maybe in the video I talked about freelancing, I talked about digital products, I talked about content marketing, I talked about several other things. I want to now make short videos that are just like talking about the subtopics that I spoke about in that long form video content. After I post my long form video content or even my short form video content and I get comments and feedback, once comments and feedback start coming in, I also have more content ideas, because from the questions that people are asking, from the feedback they are giving, what they are saying they liked, what they are saying they did not like, what they are saying they need clarity on, I can get several content ideas just from looking at my comment section. Another way that I always ensure that I have good content to put out every day is that I batch create my videos. So it's not like every day I want to post a video, I'm sitting down to create content. I just make out some specific times a day in a week where I shoot my video content. So let's say that at the beginning of the week, I've done my research and I've documented my ideas. Then I flesh out those ideas. So I already know which content I want to shoot that week. On my shooting days, I just do my setup and then film as many videos as I can. Sometimes a week's worth. Sometimes I have to shoot for 2 days to be able to film 20 contents, depending on how it goes. But I just make sure that I have specific days that I shoot my videos so that I'm not shooting videos every day and I don't burn out. I'd like to advise that whatever you can do to be at least a week ahead. Let's say that today you decide to film content, you already have content for next week, content that can carry you all through next week. So let's say something happens next week, maybe you were not feeling fine, you had to do something, there was an emergency. It would not stop your flow of putting out content, because you already have a content bank, that's videos that are already shot. Probably you just need to edit, schedule and post. Another thing that helps me put out quality content every day is that I never stop learning. I have specific times of the day where I particularly learn. I'm constantly reading newsletters from the top people in my industry, and you want to do that too. You want to sign up to specific newsletters of top people in your industry. At least normally, if you are somebody that wants to grow, you should have 3 to 5 solid top people in your industry that you are following back to back. I mean, you are watching their video content, you are a strong member of their community, you are reading their newsletters, you are reading their books, you are listening to their podcasts, you are following their works back to back. So you want to read newsletters from these people. You want to listen to their podcast. You also want to study articles. I know that a lot of us in this generation, especially now that everybody has like a really short attention span, we don't like to read. But you'll be shocked how much reading can do for you. Just making out time to read top articles in your industry. Trust me, there are a lot of hidden gems in those things. See, sometimes I advise that when you want to do research, especially for content ideas or for whatever you want to do, while it is very easy to use AI to just go to ChatGPT and ask a straightforward question, there are some hidden insights that you are going to get when you go on Google and you search using the search bar. So you get to see several articles from different perspectives, putting different hot takes forward. And instead of just settling with an answer that maybe ChatGPT gave you, you are able to analyze several answers, several people's works, and come up with your own perspective. So you get to study different people's opinions and then come up with your own point of view, because now you are going to be making informed decisions. You are going to be speaking from an informed point of view. If you do this, you will always be up to date with your industry trends, and you will never run out of content angles to explore. So before I round this up, let me also explain to you that putting out one piece of content last week does not mean that you cannot repeat the same topic. First, you have to understand that the people who saw your content this week may not be the same people who will see your content next week. That's where your creativity comes in. You need to be able to creatively repeat your topics. Explain, use different analogies to explain the same thing. Because first off, repetition is one of the ways to make sure that what you are passing across sticks to people. So you want to find creative ways, use new analogies, find a new way to explain it creatively. That way, you don't run out of content ideas. You just know that you have a particular message and you're going to keep on speaking about it until it sticks to people. To round up, I want you to know that putting out great content cannot just rely on your creativity. It cannot just rely on when you are inspired or when you are not inspired. You have to build a system around it. So you want to pick your journal, you want to pick your planner and plan the days of your week. Which days are you going to use to research? Which days are you going to use to shoot? Which days are you going to use to edit? That system is going to keep you going. So study your audience, document their struggles, and build a repeatable content process. Once you do this, content ideas will never be a problem again. I hope you have gained one or two things from this video. If you have, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I would be glad if you also share how you never run out of content ideas. See you in the comment section. Bye bye.